Senator Huffman,
Yes.
child care.
Child care. Okay.
$100 million new dollars going into child care. I think it's in Article 9.
Yes.
Would you expound a little bit on that?
Yes. The additional 106.8 million. First of all, let me say that Senate Bill 1 includes 3.3 billion in all funds for child care.
That's as filed.
As filed. This is an increase of 701.7 million in federal child care and developmental funding over fiscal year 24-25 and it's because of federal allocation because of the state's growth. But on top of that, we found another 106.8 million, and we utilized federal funds, available federal funds, but we just found, with the help of LBB, a way to do it to serve additional eligible children through the Child Care Assistance Program. And with this additional assistant, the agency can serve an additional 10,000 children in fiscal year.
How many?
10,095 children in fiscal year 26 and 9,804 children in fiscal year 27 additionally.
Would you agree with me that LBB actually earned its keep?
They certainly did. I think that was Julie Lindsay who did that.
That's great.
Yes.
That is great. And I want to thank you and Chairman Bonham for making certain that you heard some of the senators that were advocating for additional monies for child care. And I'm hoping that we can continue to address the child care issues of this state. So I want to thank you for that.
It's an important issue, and we heard from the senators. We also heard from people throughout the state and many of our businesses throughout the state who were concerned about this issue.
I want to go to Texas Southern University.
Okay.
And thank you and Chairman Bonham and the Lieutenant Governor for working with us on specifically the Thurgood Marshall School of Law.
Yes.
And we have looked at that through the Facilities Commission at the request of the president of Texas Southern. And we've put a rider in their budget. But there's some confusion in terms of the language in the rider. It talks about doing a study concerned to look at renovation. We're not looking at renovating Texas Southern. We're looking at what are we attempting to do?
Well, my understanding, and of course we'll have to let the Facility Commission do their study and look at it, but my understanding was the building was perhaps not in the appropriate condition to renovate, that it may be more cost effective to tear it down and rebuild, design and rebuild. So our intention is to, our intention is to I'm going to look at the rider specifically because I don't want to misquote anything. It says for the purpose of a study relating to renovations, but I do not think anyone is ruling out the possibility that it would require more than renovation. So we're going to leave it to the Facilities Commission to take a look at it, to see what is happening, and to see what's the best course. But $10 million is a lot of money. And I think that should be enough so that they could, if they determine that it needs to be rebuilt, design and rebuild, that they would certainly have enough money with that to get started.
Because I thought the primary purpose was for them to go in and look at bringing back a design and rebuild plan for the law school, as opposed to renovation. I think
we want them to study what is the most cost efficient and the best thing for the university, and that's what we'll have to tell them to do. And I'm happy to tell them that.
Okay, but we want them to work in conjunction with the university to also look at designing a new facility too.
If that's what they determine is the appropriate thing to do, yes.
So is it?
But it will be through the Facilities Commission, not through the university.
Well, I understand, and that's what the president asked for. Is it the Facilities Commission's determination, or is that a recommendation that they need to make?
I think it's going to be once they get in there and look at it and decide what they need to do, they'll probably get back to, I would assume, back to the LBB, the Legislative Budget Board, so that, the Speaker and the Chair of Finance and the Chair of Appropriations, the Lieutenant Governor, to kind of let us know where they are, and then we can make recommendations from there.
Okay, so
during the interim, I'm talking about.
I understand during the interim,
things going.
I mean, it's real clear that the accreditation of the university was called into question by the accreditors because of the condition of the facility, and it is my hope and desire that as they go through looking at it in conjunction with Texas Southern, that we approve next session the tearing down of the facility and making certain that we get a new facility for a law school that's been there for over 50 years.
My experience has been usually when the state invests $10 million that they have intention to follow through with the project.
Very good.
Yes.
Mr. President, I'd ask that this discussion be spread upon the journal for intent purposes.
Any objection? Hearing none. Motion is adopted.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator West.